Hi guys, in this video we're going to run you through all the nuts and bolts of a Slidepod, so the bits that you might need, also what they're designed to fit in, and how everything works and what everything is for. So, firstly, what is a Slidepod? So a Slidepod is a universal campervan system. The idea behind it is it's one product. You put this in your vehicle and you have a full campervan kitchen, and if you take one of our bed options for your vehicle, you've got a full bed system too. We've got this Slidepod set up without a bed system on it, so this is just a universal kitchen as it would be set up in the short wheelbase van. If you require a bed option, you can go on our website, see which bed option fits, or give us a call or an email and we'll tell you exactly which bed option will fit your vehicle. Some vehicles have specific bed options, whereas other ones will just work with one of our universal bed options. The essence of a Slidepod as well is that it's a proper kitchen that you should be able to cook on. That means that we integrate wastewater, we integrate fresh water, we integrate a double gas burner hob, and the new induction hob variant that's coming out shortly, may already be out by the time you're watching this. We integrate a table for preparation, we integrate huge storage within the Slidepod as well, and then fixing kits. So depending on the vehicle you may have, you may need a specific fixing kit for your vehicle, or one of our universal fixing kits. So if you let us know when you're purchasing your Slidepod what the vehicle is, we'll quite happily include the correct fixing kit for you. We designed the Slidepods so that they lock in when you're not using them. They're really nice and snug so they don't make any noise while you're driving. You have two simple buttons to press either side of the unit. Pull the Slidepod out, and there's a couple of bump stops either side as well. That's just so that if you're parked on a slope, the Slidepod doesn't try and continuously slide back in, or you might have a pan of boiling water on it. If somebody comes and hits that Slidepod from the front, we don't want it going in and knocking the boiling water off, so it's a safety feature as well. So we've got this Slidepod running off a small battery pack which is velcroed inside the back of the casing. This is an iRocker pump battery, but that will run a Slidepod easily for a weekend if it's fully charged. So straight away we can show you the lighting. We've got an LED light bar on the top of the Slidepod. We've got another one underneath the Slidepod that illuminates the floor area around it. On the side of the Slidepod where the cutlery holder is, it's all illuminated as well, just in case you keep some sharp knives in there. It's dark out, we don't want you cutting yourself trying to get to your knives when you're cooking in the evening. And also, obviously, inside the cupboard, we put lights so that you can find all your pots, pans, plates, etc. when you need them. We make sure we use a sink that is, on all our 2.0 Slidepods, that is big enough to take a plate into the water. We see so many campervan sinks that are absolutely tiny, you can't actually wash a plate up in them. So a good size sink is really, really important. We also have a lockout feature on the Slidepod on the side, so if you're parked off the level and the Slidepod's trying to slide back in, you can simply put the bump stops out and it won't slide in anymore, it'll stay out all the time. Also got the burners here. Burners are dead simple. There's two gas bottles on the back. These are disposable bottles and they are recyclable as well. And you simply make the gas live, push the button down for the pizza ignition, and there we go. We've got a gas flame, we can start cooking, boiling a kettle, etc. On the front of the Slidepod, we have, on this one, a removable shower point. The idea of the removable shower point isn't really for showering yourself, although if you're a surfer and you want to shower yourself off, if you're salty and you've come out of the sea, it's perfect for that. But this is more for the dog walkers, muddy boots, pram wheels and mountain bikes. It simply plugs into the front here, turn the pump on the system, and hey presto, away we go. We've got our removable shower. Pump did need to prime there, and you can see it is a pretty decent pressure. It's certainly not enough to wash the grease out of the bearings on your full suspension mountain bike, but it is enough to wash the mud off. So, one of the features that we include in all our Slidepods that many people don't even realise is in there is a wastewater tank inside the unit. Now I can demonstrate this to you by simply turning the tap on for the next few minutes while we do this demo and running all the water through. So, essentially the Slidepod is being fed by a removable 21 litre tank mounted to the rear of the unit. Now we're going to pull all that water through in a moment, and then we're going to drain it down just to give you some idea of how much water the waste tank holds. So this we've got a tank around the back which is absolutely full, just like this one currently. And we'll leave that going just for the next bit. So on the front of the Slidepod here as well, we've got a double USB charging socket for charging your mobile phones and USB appliances. And we've got a 12-volt socket that we could plug our cool box into as well. Inside the Slidepod here, we've got adjustable shelves and loads of storage space. So you could remove those shelves completely if you want to, or you can put them to the heights that you require. And then the removable table has an adjustable leg on the bottom. You just undo this grub screw here and the leg slides in and out so that you can set it level dependent on the ground height behind the vehicle. That locks to 90 degrees. We then put the table onto this bar, drop it down, adjust the leg, and we've got a level table. And there's no lock system at the back here. That is now locked onto the Slidepod. So to remove it, we simply just pull it away. The Slidepods can be purchased, as I said before, with a removable bed system, an integrated bed system, but also you'll need a fixing system to put it into your van. Now, in this instance, we have it set up with the bolts through the back and the webbing straps to the centre tie-down points. This is our Volkswagen Transporter specific system. It locates the pod really nicely, holds it in really nicely. Now that one there would come in a pack like this. When you purchase your Slidepod, usually just left within the cupboard ready for you to use. However, we do universal fixing kits, and for other vehicles, for example, the new Volkswagen Multivan, we have a very specific fixing kit. So when you purchase the Slidepod from us, if you make us aware, we will supply you with the right kit. Or if you're buying one of our universal systems through one of our trade partners, or our specific Multivan or Volkswagen, Mercedes Benz systems from one of our trade partners, everything will be supplied in the kit when you make your purchase. So we also manufacture the Slidepod in a range of colours. We have around a dozen standard colours that you can choose for free, and then we have around 400 custom colours. There is a small surcharge for choosing a custom colour, and it does add to the lead time. You can purchase Slidepods from our website from stock, or you can go online and you can spec your Slidepod in the colours you want, the bed spec you want, absolutely everything you want. The integrated grey waste tank is in there to catch all of your grey water, to give you the opportunity to dispose of it responsibly. We think it's wrong of campervan companies to just think it's okay for the waste to just drain straight out under the van. There's no knowing what you could have put in there. Hopefully nothing too untoward. But with this system here, you can simply drive over the drains at the motorhome disposal points at campsites, or you can catch it in a bucket and put it into the foul water system in wherever you are. It just gives you more flexibility. You don't want to be doing a sink full of washing up and then letting the plug out and just having it all pour out by your feet. You want to be able to catch that properly. We've also tried to make that as convenient as possible, as simple as possible and as big as possible. So 21 litres is what it is. To drain that down now, all I have to do is press a button inside the Slidepod. An electronic valve will do what it does. And there we go. So, and we should see a full bucket come out of there now, because it is, as I say, a really sizable waste tank. So when you're happy that you've drained your waste tank down, all you've got to do is reach back inside the cupboard, press the button inside the cupboard, closes the valve off. Hope you've enjoyed our nuts and bolts video.